Josh and I had a bunch of ideas for additional adventures of the Starship Exeter crew, but we didn't ever think we were going to do another one. And in fact, even as I was finishing work on the Savage Empire, I thought that was going to be the end of it, and I was a little bit relieved after 7 years of working on it that I wouldn't have to do it anymore.
If we were going to do another one, we wanted to do something that would be bigger and better than the first one was.
And Joel said, well, you can't be all done. We've got to do another one.
I did kind of think I had a really good time on the making the Savage Empire, and I just got into GL1 and was kind of excited about getting into the film industry. So then we had to think about a way that we could fund it, because
I had warned Joel when he said we should do another one. I said, you don't understand how much time gets wasted on this thing and how much money you have to drop into it.
I began to see from talking to Jim that maybe there was a possibility of doing another one. Some of the obstacles that we'd need to overcome would be that we would need a lot more people. We'd also have to come up with financing, because me and Jim financed the first one, and us putting the kind of money that we put into the first one on our own just wasn't going to happen.
He didn't believe me.
Yeah, and that was what? December of...
That was December 2002.
And here we are in 2005, and we're just now finishing it all up.
That's where the idea for a second one came from. Well, in the early planning stages, I still wasn't convinced that we were going to actually be able to do another episode. I just didn't think that there were enough people committed, or that we had enough money to do it, or the resources, or whatever. And so we were contacted by a gentleman who actually had a original series bridge set that he'd been building, and he offered to let us use it to film additional Starship Exeter episodes. A few months later, after we'd been working with him, he decided he was going to go do his own project, and at that point, we'd already, we were kind of suspecting that he might do that, and so we just went ahead and started building our own sets, which turned out to be, I think, probably a better option anyway. To pay for the second one, we decided to put out a documentary DVD, and Joel Sarche produced the documentary for us. And when we released it online, we put it out as a gift that people could receive if they helped donate to the new movie that we were trying to make.
The first one's done. We got a DVD of it, and I'm kind of going like, wow. We've come a long ways. I mean, I'm thinking about, this is almost 10 years ago. How you can keep something like that going for that long, I mean, that's incredible.
And so in order to pull something like that off, we felt like we needed people who had a little more talent at a number of things that me and Jim just kind of did the best we could. We
got a pretty good response at first, even though the DVD didn't come out until 6 or 8 months after the first movie had come online. We probably averaged for a long time about one donation for every 1,000 hits to the website. So we thought we were going to try to do 2 episodes, and we estimated that it would cost us about $5,000 per episode. As it turns out, that was an extremely low estimate on our part, kind of a mistake on our part. But what we thought at the time was, okay, it's about July of 2003 when we start taking donations, and we figured, well, if we can get $5,000 by December 31st of this year, of 2003, then that would be enough for us to do 1 episode, so we can greenlight the project at that point and continue to take in donations, and that will carry us through the funding for the second episode, as long as we continue to take in donations at the same rate.
Once we decided that we wanted to do the show, Jim and I had to basically sit on our hands to keep from working on stuff as soon as we wanted to, but we kind of forced ourselves to wait at least until Thanksgiving or Christmas time, if I remember correctly. It didn't take very much at all till we were both just, buying wood on our own and buying supplies on our own so that we could start building on the set.
Joel and I decided to go ahead and start building the bridge in November 2003, and so we started building it out of our own pockets, as I recall. We already had the captain's chair left over from Savage Empire. We started building the deck platforms that go underneath the helm console and the helm console itself. By the first of the year, we actually had that section, they call it the command module portion of the bridge, finished.
The donations were coming in to the point that we knew it was a pretty good sure thing that it was going to happen.
$5,000 was kind of our mark that we were trying to hit, and by late December, mid to late December, we hit the $5,000 mark, and so we green-lighted the project and went forward.